Let's review slide 12 and discuss acceptance, one of the three elements of contract formation, both in the common law and under UCC: offer, acceptance, and consideration. If I were to say under the common law doctrine, the only way you can accept my offer is to stand upside down, recite the Pledge of Allegiance backward. As you walk across the I-5 bridge on your hands, you would have to do it to accept. The mirror image rule requires an exact acceptance. The courts created the mirror image rule to know, for all purposes, that there is a clear contract, a clear meeting of the minds. They created the rule for themselves so that they wouldn't get involved in contracts that are less than clear, that are less than certain. But the UCC says it doesn't really matter. Let's move forward and be flexible with acceptance. Any reasonable method is fine. So if I were to say to you, I'll sell you this can of goods, if you stand on your head, recite the Pledge of Allegiance backwards, and walk across the bridge on your hands, you say, well, that's okay, but I'll just accept your offer. And you communicate that it's a reasonable means to accept. And since we're dealing with goods under Article 2A, your acceptance then is fine. We have created a contract. I can restrict certain offers, though, even under the UCC, but the idea is that we don't need the mirror image rule to slow our contracts down. So here's one that I think is rather fascinating to discuss, which illustrates this sort of flexibility that's bound into the UCC's rules on acceptance. It's 2-206, the shipment of non-conforming goods. And we're not going to discuss non-conforming goods particular. That's under our discussion on damages later. So perhaps I don't have to say I accept to accept with some other form. Consider, for instance, that I'm an electrician on the job and I ask you, who is a supplier of electrical goods, to send me so many boxes of light fixtures. We have in general a price in mind, but you need to check your inventory before you can accept. So on the call, we hang up without a contract. I return to work and forget about what's going on. You, though, then find the items in your inventory, but fail to call me back and say that you accept my offer. But there are other ways under the UCC to accept. Remember, the UCC is far more flexible than common law. Let's say you ship the items on your next courier run and the goods are at the work site by the afternoon. I get them and I realize that because I now have them, you must have accepted my offer. The UCC states that prompt shipment that conforms is the acceptance. Common law would not have allowed that contract to exist. Next is something rather interesting, however. You can also ship me the goods I didn't ask for and still have it as a contract. If you ship me goods that are non-conforming, and again later we'll discuss what is the nature of non-conforming goods, it doesn't mean that they're bad or defective goods, which it could mean, but it doesn't have to mean that. Non-conforming goods could simply mean it's just not 100% the goods I asked for. For example, if I said blue, but you send me silver blue, that's a non-conforming good. If I say large and you send me an extra large, that's a non-conforming good. The items aren't defective, they're just not what I ordered. Consider then the shipment of non-conforming goods, and you might think that clearly there was not a meeting of the minds, no acceptance, no contract thus. But rather the UCC says, no, if the merchant ships them as a way to accommodate the buyer's interests, such as, well, I'm out on the job, as they ship them as a way to say, if they ship them as a way to say, well, we didn't have what you asked for, but this one is going to suffice. We've got this other item and it will supply your needs. Then that shipment of non-conforming goods is a means of acceptance. Yet, watch this. It is at the same time, though, the merchant's breach. An acceptance by a shipment forms the contract, but a shipment of a non-conforming good is also a breach of the same. So in this way, the buyer has all the resources under the UCC available to provide him remedy for that breach. We've not yet discussed those resources, but in a future chapter we will discuss remedies. In other words, having a contract rather than not having one so that the buyer can pursue the breach of contract, that's better than not having one at all and trying to get back as the seller one's goods. If it's not a contract, then maybe you're just stuck trying to get your goods back based on good faith. On slide 13, we review additional terms, and this one you're really going to get hung on if you don't know it exists. Let's move to the next slide.